Hello everyone, welcome to the second chapter of our Flutter development course. In this chapter, we'll go over the essential tools that you will need in order to create a Flutter project. So now that you know what Flutter is and what you can do with it, it's time to get started. And for that, obviously, you need to install a couple of tools. So in this particular chapter here, I will give you the information about the tools that you need to install, and in the next chapter I will walk you through all the steps that you need to create a project in Flutter. uh, so in the upcoming chapters I will be also showing you the exact steps that you need to create, like exact steps you need to follow in order to create a Flutter project through the Flutter documentation provided in their official site, and preview that particular app. So in order to get there, let's first dive into the general steps. So for the first step, we always need to download and install the Flutter SDK, which is the Flutter software development kit provided in their official site itself. You need to just choose the platform on which you will be working, and you need to download the SDK according to that. And the Flutter SDK obviously includes the framework and the Flutter tools, which you will need later. uh, so I will be explaining these in details in the later part of the courses. Just for the basic info, I'm telling you all these. And also you need to install Git is a version control software, but that is totally independent from the Flutter. But since the Flutter tools which you will be installing always Git uses the Git internally, so you need to install Git as well. So again, like I will show you the steps on how to install Git in the next chapters. I'm just mentioning it here already. Okay, now that you have the Flutter installed, like if you have already downloaded the SDK, it's still enough not to it it will be like not enough to write the code, but in order to build the apps in different platforms, so what you need is you need some platform specific tools like Android Studio and Xcode. You will need Android Studio to build and test Android apps, and you will need Xcode to export for Mac OS to build and install like test iOS apps. So like for iOS, you will not be able to install Xcode on Windows and Linux. You will need a proper Mac OS device for that. But for Android, you don't have these kind of restrictions. Therefore you can install and configure Android Studio in no matter which particular platform or machine you are. Now since you have installed, once you have installed these platform tools, be it Xcode or Android Studio, there will be one missing step which you need to follow. We have to set up some virtual devices, some emulators on our system to test the app. For Android, we need an Android emulator to preview our Flutter project as an Android app running locally on your system, and similarly goes for iOS. You need an simulator, iOS simulator, which obviously I will be showing you how to create this. So that's it for this chapter. In the next chapter, we'll take a look at how take a look at the Mac OS setup, and therefore take a look at how we can create Flutter projects and work on these projects. So thank you guys. See you in the next chapter.